My name's Nick Smart. I'm a business analyst and have been for the last 8 years at Xenith. I help companies with providing analytics and providing assessment services to help drive change within their organisation.
Hi, I'm George, and I'm very much involved in the 3 different types of assessment that we conduct, helping customers on the journey to greater efficiency, better processes and less wastage within their organisation.
And the reason we do assessments for our customers is to give full visibility and transparency of the way they work, not just devices, but with their documents every day.
They are all with the main purpose of understanding the current situation of the organisation and seeing where we could maybe help to improve efficiencies, make cost savings, improve the security around documents in the organisation. We like to look initially at what are the drivers of the company. That could be, are they looking to just drive sheer cost savings? Is there a view to really push efficiency within the organisation? Are there security concerns? Are there environmental concerns? And really to build from there. If a company wants us to focus on something specific, then that's exactly what we will have as the main focus of our assessments. And then within our assessments, we also like to consider the individuals, the users involved in that. It could be the IT department. How are we helping the IT department to reduce the number of calls they're getting? How are we actually helping the individual users within, for example, the accounts department? How are we helping them to really optimize what they're doing on a day-to-day basis and give them time back? So it's really about helping the business as a whole with their company drivers, as well as the departments and the users, how we're helping them on a more individual basis.
For many organisations, that they know that change needs to happen, and there's a better way of doing things that is different to the way that things have always been done within that company. But it's really using this analytics to quantify what the cost savings and time savings can be in order to put a business case for change forward. The first engagement we have with most of our customers is what's called device analytics, is where we go into an organisation and help to uncover how many devices that company would have, what the volumes would be, the split of mono to colour, what the total cost would be for that organisation, and the environmental impact as well. We try and add that extra level of understanding by speaking to the users within the departments and understanding what they do and how they work with documents, and understanding some of the processes they work with on a day-to-day basis. We'll feed back to the organisation what the particular departmental requirements or individual requirements are within the organisation. And from that, we'll be able to make some recommendations of where we can see some quick win improvements or ways in which we can help to transition that particular organisation to a more optimised fleet.
The next step is user analytics. It's really taking this from being a device level overview of the whole company and trying to make this a bit more personable, trying to understand it at a user and at a department level. The general fundamental idea behind that is that it's all good knowing about what devices you have, but printers don't print documents, users are the ones who are actually doing that. So once we found these departments and these users who are perhaps printing a lot, or we know that they're printing things that are perhaps unnecessary or taking a lot of time, we can conduct a document analytics study, which is essentially asking questions such as, why was this printed in the first place? Was it printed to just read, to annotate, to share with someone? And what was the ultimate fate of the document? Did it just end up in the bin? Was it sent out to a client, for example? And once we have all this information, we can generate what we call an opportunity scorecard. That ranks all the processes within a department or an organisation and says which ones have the most scope for optimisation, which ones have the most waste paper, which ones are costing the company the most or have the most opportunity to save costs for the company.
Yeah, so we'll look at that opportunity scorecard, and then we'll work with that organisation to then tackle those processes that are most inefficient in terms of time, and also those processes where there's lots of documents being printed or used within any particular process. From that, we'll do a deep dive study. We'll do a time and motion of how long that process is taking from start to finish, but we'll really look at those individual components and the steps that are involved along the way, and identify what the actual value is of each one of those steps to the organisation. We'll look at ways in which users are passing information between each other or passing documents between departments or between individuals. And from that, build a comprehensive picture as to what the impact is in terms of time, but in terms of cost to the organisation.
Once we've mapped out the processes and we know where the waste steps are, where there is no business value add, that's when we know where a process can be shortened, can be optimized, and perhaps ideally completely digitized.
And from that, we can then look at digital alternatives or different ways of working, which can help ultimately the company save money and reduce the number of steps in that particular process.
So the reason we designed the customer journey as we have done with these 3 stages of the assessment is because we found there's lots of companies wanting to go digital, but they're a little bit lost about how to approach it. We obviously have a huge amount of experience around documents and also improving efficiency generally within the workplace. So we feel that we're very much best suited to help companies with that.
It's providing continuous information and real-time statistics which can help bring new ideas to the table, change in which they work with documents, and help to bring new technology into the place that they work. We've been driving assessments for over 10 years within our organisation, and we've got a vast array of customers across the various different sectors, including legal, finance and retail, in which we can draw from. So I feel that we differentiate ourselves because we can benchmark our customers against what the rest of the market is doing, and we always look to challenge our customers about a different way they could be working. So using that information that we obtain from the analytics, we'll create what-if scenarios and work with that customer to design the optimum solution, whether it be on a device analytics level or on a process-led approach to how they could be working in the future.